Hello everyone, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. In this video I'll be showing you a level 20 Frosty the Snowman build guide in Baldur's Gate 3. So this is going to be themed around it being an Eldritch Knight that focuses on cold damage. So this is going to be level 20, giving us a lot of versatility here. We're going to want to start off as the fighter, giving us Constitution saving throw proficiency. We got a nice heal with second wind, and we're going to take the defense fighting style to increase our armor class. And for our ability scores, heavily intelligence based for good reason, because that's what our spell casting is going to be based on. So we're going to go with 16 intelligence. You can dump Constitution by using the Constitution amulet if you have that available, and then we can go with 10 something like this looks good. So 16 strength, 14 dexterity, 16 intelligence, 10 wisdom, and 10 charisma. Alternatively, you can also put this into dexterity if you'd like, depending on what weapon you have available. If you have Valor Aloof early game, it would be best to go dexterity because you can use that for your attack rolls. I'll be going over all of the best options for this build in this video. This is a fun thematic build, but it can be also very strong. So we get ourselves action surge, give ourselves an extra action. That's really nice. Getting extra actions means a lot of extra damage. At level 3, we get to choose our subclass. I got a few mods here, but we're going to go with the Eldritch Knight. Now this gives us some cantrips and some casting. We're going to go with our cold damage. So Ray of Frost and Frostbite. If you have Mistress spells, that's how you can get the Frostbite. If you don't, you can just go like a Shocking Grasp, but I highly recommend Mistress spells. It adds so much to the game. And then for our special spells here, I think Shield is just a non-negotiable. You should always have Shield because this just gives us the increased armor class by 5 as a reaction, allowing us to tank some hits. And then also, I think it's a good idea to go with something Magic Missile for guaranteeing yourself some damage. Although you can go with Frost Fingers as well if you have Mistress spells. So this just fits thematically with this. So I guess we'll go with our Frost Fingers here. And for the expanded spell, you can go with Long Strider. That's really nice, increased movement speed. So that's what we'll take there for our expanded spell. And then once we get to level 4, we get ourselves another spell here. And then we can take like Magic Missile or Chromatic Orb, because you can do a cold Chromatic Orb. And we're going to go with an ability score improvement at level 4 to take up our intelligence to 18, giving us better spell casting, which is nice. Level 5, extra attack, big power spike. Every class has a nice power spike at level 5, roughly. And then we get ourselves another feat at level 6, which is awesome, because then we can take our intelligence up to 20 there, giving us the best spellcasting that we can get right now. We also get the War Magic option here, so you can use cantrips bonus action. And then for our level 2 spells, you can take the Scorching Ray, but it doesn't fit thematically, so I think Thunder Wave, because it's got nice pushback and thunder, kind of storm, weather. It's my justification. Gust of Wind can also work here, or Chromatic Orb. Also, if you got the Mr. Spell, Synolic's Snowball Storm works perfectly, so we'll take that there. And then once we get ourselves to level 8, we get another expanded spell. As you can see, there's a lot of options. Summon Moonbit Blade is nice for a chilling short sword. I also like Ice Knife, because again, fits thematically. You can go with the ability score improvement and take up dexterity. You can also go with the alert feat for a +5 to initiative. And you can also go with the savage attacker for whenever you do melee attacks, you reroll damage dice twice. So a few good choices there. And also if you want to go with a great weapon, you can go Great Weapon Master for two-handed weapon attacking. And at level 9, we get Indomitable, very strong, very nice. Wow. At level 10, we get ourselves the Eldritch Strike. Whenever you hit a target, it has disadvantage on its next saving throw. Big ups on that. We'll take ourselves Lightning Lure here. It's not really cold damage, but storm based. And then for our next level spell, I guess we'll take Gust of Wind. It just makes sense. Wind, snowstorm, it just all combines together. And then we get ourselves improved extra attack here. This is awesome. And we get to take another spell, and we'll take Chromatic Orb there. This is where we're going to multi-class into Wizard. We could go for a feat, but it's actually probably best to get more damage out of going Wizard. And we already took the spells that we want. We can go with like the minor gust there. Booming Blade and Green Flame Blade doesn't fit, but it's a good one to have for us. And then for our spells here, you can go with whatever preference is. I think that if you got Mr. Spells, Absorb Elements works well. Fog Cloud's nice. Grease is great. Sleep, Witch Bolt. And then we can go with like Enhanced Sleep, giving us a huge jump distance, which is fun to play around with. And you can also take off Sleep and go with like a Find Familiar if you'd like. I wish there was like a little snowy creature that we could take. And then for our further levels, there's a few really good subclasses here. I like the Abjuration Wizard for being defensive, Divination if you want to just control everything, and then Bladesinger's fun too if you got that mob. But we're going to Evocation here because this gets a nice few abilities, so you can create pockets of safety with your evocation spells. And with this, we get a couple more spell slot selections. So Gift of Alacrity is nice, increase initiative. And again, these spells don't matter too much because we're going to prepare stronger spells using these. So let's go with this for our prepared spells. What's nice is once we get to level 12, then we can just go completely crazy. Or once we get maxed out, we can go with some higher level spells. We get some more choice here. We'll go with our Summon Moonblade. That's a fun one. So we'll take that. And then for another choice, the Kinetic Jaunt can be nice. Hold Person is probably the best choice here because we can use this to just lock someone down, as we have Eldritch Strike, which will give them disadvantage on the saving throw. And then we got ourselves another cantrip here. We'll go Shocking Grass for Minor Illusion. And for the spells, Misty Step, extremely useful. And then Invisibility can be really nice too, as is Darkness. So you got a few choices for fun ones to go with. We're going to go with Misty Step and Invisibility. And take an ability score improvement and put up Dexterity, or take Alert. There's, again, a good number of them that you can choose. You can go Spell Sniper and take Eldritch Blast here if you wanted to, and we'll get 4 beams of Eldritch Blast. But Dexterity works really well too for armor class. Now we get ourselves another choice in spell, and I think Haste makes the most sense here, and Lightning Bolt. But Sleet Storm also works really well. Winter Storms, Lightning, doesn't really happen, so Sleet Storm is probably the thematic choice here. But I also really think that Tidal Wave is a good choice, so we'll take that at next level. The reason Tidal Wave is so strong is because it can knock targets prone, and it creates water for us. Level 6, we have Potent Cantrips, which gives us a better chance of hitting our cantrips. And then we'll go Lightning Bolt, and then also take ourselves the Tidal Wave here, which is water. Creates water for us to further damage the enemy with, which is really nice. At level 7, we get another choice in spell, and we're finally going to get ourselves Ice Storm, which just fits the theme of this build perfectly. And we'll take Minor Elementals because they are really nice. We can get Ice Methods, which will just mess up the enemy for us. So yeah, we're going to take that. And then once we get to level 8 here, we get another 2 spells. So there's a lot of fun ones. Glyph of Warding can be nice because you can set up a cold glyph here. Control Water, it's got some fun uses. Summon Elemental can also be a great choice, so we're going to go with that. And if you got the Mr. Spells, also Summon Shadow Spawn can be pretty fun. Doesn't really fit it, but the Ghost of Christmas Past, I guess I could say. We're going to take Glyph of Warding here just because we can get ourselves another ice type spell. And I guess we'll take Misty Step and also put on our Lightning Bolt and Glyph of Warding. So we'll take Witch Bolt off, put on Glyph of Warding. And then for our feet, we could also, you can max out Dexterity. We can also go with, like, there's a lot of choices here. Spell Sniper, Warcaster. We already got the advantage of Constitution saving throws from the amulet. Elemental Adept, you can ignore cold resistance, but water will always ignore cold resistance, so it's not really necessary. Alert for the +5 initiative is really nice too, so we can go that route. Or if we want to have high armor class, boosting up Dexterity also works. And for level 9, we get our last 2 spells, and we're going to take Conjure Elemental and Cone of Cold. This is our capstone best spells, because Cone of Cold hits extremely hard, and then also having a Water Elemental is really nice too. So great selection of spells. We're very much focused on cold damage, as you can tell. Now, what we're going to want to do for this, we could also have went with the Dual Wielder and went with 2 staves. So we got our Summon Moonblade. We got pretty cool options, so we'll pop this down. I'll show you what that looks like. So we got ourselves the Chilling or the Cold, or the Fire one. So we'll go with that there. This gives us a Cold Sword, and I guess we could have upcast that to get a stronger version of, but you can see there, nice looking sword, and it does a bit of extra cold damage. Not a whole lot, but you can tell that using certain items, like if we go with the Snowburst Ring, this is going to create pockets of ice underneath targets whenever we hit them with cold damage, and this becomes pretty crazy, and I'll show you why. So we can leave the Cold Blade on here. I also like Marka Heshker, so we can also apply figuring out Marka Heshker, but if we want to go with a weapon, the Moonblade just works really well here. And for armor, I think it's best to go with, we'll take either medium armor or heavy. So we can wear any type of armor. Armor persistence just makes sense. But also if we go armor of agility, you can see 26 armor class. We get more armor class with that. And if we go all out with the armor class, we can actually get it all the way up to 30. So that's really nice. So that could be preference. So a little fun fact, if we pull out our bow here, so go to shoot an arrow, and then take someone that has the drakethroat glaive. So this item gives us the draconic elemental weapon. So we can actually apply the cold weapon to us, and this will apply to our arrows. So we actually get some pretty cool crowd control because we can attack with our bow, and it does cold damage as well, which will create those ice pockets that I mentioned. If you're doing it this way, I would recommend equipping Nir's boots here, the disintegrating Nightweavers, Nightwalkers, because this gives you not only Misty Step, but you can't slip on snow, so that's really useful. Helm of Baldur can be great too. You can go with that just to help prevent critical hits. We got our armor all dyed blue and white here. We got cold damage on our bow. So what this ends up looking like, I'll show you in a combat situation. We'll just go against all the guards here because we're going to be pretty strong. I'll let you guys know that much. So I'm working on another version of this build someone's requested, and I will eventually get to that here, but I want to showcase this as it's being developed. I'll get Gale to just apply ourselves with haste, and we'll get right into things. So in addition to this, we also have a bunch of spells. So we got our Conjure Elemental, and with that we can actually steal Gale's staff here, and we get a free cast. So you can use the Arcane Battery to upcast a Water Elemental, or Water Myrmidon. The Water Myrmidon is great because it can apply water to everyone, and whenever you do that, again, you double your damage, so that becomes really strong. And I guess we'll end our turn there. And we also got ourselves the minor elemental, so we can go with the ice methods, which for some reason it's not letting me use that spell, so it's not prepared. And then we also got ourselves a water elemental spirit that we can summon in, so we can go with that too to get 2 summons for the price of 1. And we'll go ahead here with just getting into combat, showing off what this will look like in a fight. So there's some guards there. We'll just jump the ones here, and I like to put into turn base before I start things off. And what we're going to do is we got ourselves we have a few targets that can set up water, so we can actually just go here and take our Myrmidon up into the front of things, and he's going to drop healing vapors on the next turn. So we can actually just go ahead. Actually, I might move him back to here, and then we're going to drop our Tidal Wave. So Tidal Wave from Mr. Spells, huge area of effect, but it sets up water, so this is a great way to start combat off. So we just got right into a fight here, and it took out a couple people, but we got to go first. So what are we going to do? We can actually go ahead and we can drop. So there's a couple backliners here that we'll just hit with our Ice Storm, which will freeze all the way through here. So we got ice on everyone that we're fighting. This is ideal because whenever you have ice set up, you can literally just go to blasting, and they're going to try to make their way to us, but they're going to slip. And then we also get an action surge, so we can actually go even crazier with this. And I would recommend, since there's more fighters that we can actually bring into things, we'll just go ahead and shoot them. And you'll see that we can set up ice with and make them slip. So our bow attacks will also create ice because we have the drakethroat glaive and the item that gives us the ice, or the snowburst ring, which will create those ice surfaces. So yeah, we didn't even have to use a bonus action here, and we can literally just continue going on with these attacks. And I guess for some reason there's a bonus action version of that, but we also have our options of cantrips, so we can use the bonus action cantrip. 42 on that was pretty crazy. So yeah, we're very strong. Obviously fighter is strong at level 11, and we can just continually knock people prone, as Frosty the Snowman would approve. So yeah, they have to use all their movement speed up to get up, and we have a really high armor class, so we're just going to block everything. And then we also have our elementals to get in and do multi-attacks and things like that. So we'll go in with our cold multi-attack here. 6/6, multiple hits of damage. We can also teleport and move them into different spots to drag aggro. So being spread out stops volleys from happening. They're also immune from going prone, which is awesome. So what we can do is we can actually get our guy in here and set up water again. Since they are mostly not healed too much, is not a big deal. But since we got some nice shots, I may as well take them. So hitting everyone here, missing everyone here. 32 damage though is really nice. And we'll just let them go up. 1 health left. They were almost downed. But the thing is, if they try to move, they're very likely to slip and fall. Okay, we got a fire elemental, our natural enemy, as Frosty the Snowman does not want to get melted. But we got our water. That's exactly what I wanted. So they can jump around and slip on the ice. And then our elementals will tank for us. So yeah, they saved on the ice. That's all good. So another person just went prone there from the ice, and we got surrounded. So we can drop down like a chromatic cold orb here, or we can go with Phenolic Snowball Storm. I'm not sure why the cold version of the orb showing up here and not the others, but it fits the theming, so I'm not going to question it. But what we can also do if we want to go crazy is drop a tidal wave, move out of the way, and set up some more, create a water situation. So we'll try to find a way that we can hit as many as possible in this without hitting our other elemental, but that's fine. We'll just drop it right here because we can hit everyone with this. So boom, knocks a lot of them prone, and it creates water again. But with this water, we can go ahead and just create ice again. So this won't hit the Myrmidon. Perfect. And we created our icy wonderland. So all the much more perfect. And since we already used up our action surge, that's fine. We can just go over here. If you have Mind Blast, that's a really good option too. So that'll likely just take that person out there. We also got cantrips that we can use, but I'll show you Mind Blast because it's strong. And 48 damage. Boom. Oh, we got some more friends to join in on the fight, so that's perfect. I don't know why they're not really joining the fight, but we'll just let these ones here just do their thing. They won't volley anymore, and they walked, which is funny. Don't know why they moved when they didn't need to move at all. And they took out my water Myrmidon, or water elemental, which is fine. We can actually take our water Myrmidon in here. I might just use this again. Triple blast, hopefully take them out with that. And it took out one of them. Perfect. Missed 3 times on them, and they went prone. So as you can see, it just works pretty flawlessly. And we get to go again. For some reason, they're right there, so we'll do our combo again. Go with the tidal wave, so we'll drop that down, and then we'll fall. Oh, we got counterspelled. Finally, I was wondering when that would happen. So since we were counterspelled, we'll just drop an ice storm because we can hit all of them with that, and that'll create icy surfaces for them. And that took out a number of them and knocked them prone. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. It was a missy step to get away, but we also have a Ray of Frost here, which is fun. And we'll just take another one out with our Ray of Frost. I think they're probably the easiest to... Yep, we got them. Perfect. Critical hit. Nice. And we'll just let them attack our Myrmidon, which is a great tank, by the way. It's going to draw aggro. He saved on the ice. Surprised. And then we can just go ahead and drop more chromatic orb type attacks. So boom, boom, boom. 29. Nice. They'll get up and probably slip on the ice again. The thing with ice is it just does so much great crowd control for us, so that's just perfect. And they threw. It's a weird choice, but we'll take it. And then all these around here, they're probably just going to jump. I find with the ice, they like to jump or just stay in place. Oh, jump and attack. Cool. We blocked it. Our armor class is way too high. So yeah, as you can see, oh, that was an interesting choice. Hey, they survived the ice. That's fine. Surprised they went after that, but we get to go again in a second. So we'll just go again with blasting with some more ice spells. And yeah, so I guess I can't really hit much with tidal wave, so maybe I'll just go with like a chromatic orb here. That's not a bad choice. You can also upcast the chromatic orb. We get level 6 spells, even though we are kind of a weird caster, so that's also really nice. I guess we could just go with a... You know what? We may as well just blast them with this and then hit with a ranged attack. Ray of Frost, we knock them down. Perfect. So I'll back up, and then our cold bow will also... Oh, for some reason it's making me move in. Our cold bow will also create ice surfaces too, so it's perfect. I probably should have used just this here to attack. Boom. That took them out. Perfect. And then Ray of Frost will hopefully take them out and finish her off. Boom. Blocked. Somehow they blocked. And our ice is gone, so we gotta re-up that. So I guess that's the next turn. We can always put ice back with our Myrmidon though, which is awesome. So I may just do 3 on there. And boom, boom, boom. I guess it doesn't create ice. I was just thinking about that when it just hits ice in the area, so I should have spread that out a little bit more. But they could still potentially slip on it. And we're back into things, so what I will do is just move around this way and get into a position where I can arrow attack there, make another ice pocket around him, and they're not even close to being taken out, so I guess we can focus on these, which will hopefully create a big ice surface. Not just right there. And they lost their concentration. That's fine. We'll slap them with ice. Stricken with Eldritch Inertia. So we can land a hold person if we wanted to, which would be pretty funny. We could actually go with a hold person, upcast, and there'd be 4 of them. So I guess I would have to move. We only have 3 targets left, but you know what? I'll go with the hold person. Hold person's really strong, so... Well, 75% chance, but they got the Eldritch Inertia, 85% chance, and then we'll hit them. And unfortunately, we don't have a 4th target, so we'll drop the hold person, and it succeeded. Nice, there we go. And then we can just go with blasting with, I guess, Ray of Frost here. Advantage, boom. Almost end our turn. They don't have a turn, so we can just go ahead and get the free critical hits off. Boom, nice. And they're just held in place. So they freed themselves from that for some reason. Oh, I lost my haste. Darn, that's not ideal. I gotta hope that this hits and takes them out with the 1 health that they have left. If that misses, that sucks. And it didn't even hit this one for some reason. Nice. And this should be for the win. We can go with a Cone of Cold, which will hopefully hit and take out them both, and it did. And we created ice as we want. Frosty the Snowman is happy. I know this doesn't look like Frosty, but there's no way to make a snowman in Baldur's Gate 3. So this is it for Baldur's Gate 3. Hope you have a Merry Christmas again. And I just want to do a fun build like this. Eldritch Knight, Wizard. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. And I'll see you all in the next video.